Hi, Bill Loganiski here, and today we're going to talk about what's making you fat. Could it be depression? Many antidepressant medications cause weight gain. So if you're depressed and taking pills for it, expect to see a bump in weight between 5 and 15 pounds with continued gradual accumulation over the years. As we get older, it comes on. If you're not taking pills, there's evidence that feelings of depression can correlate to weight gain. You may be eating more high-fat, high-calorie comfort foods, and you know what they are. Or you may have cut back on physical activity. You don't feel up to it. If your meds are not to blame, seek out some workout buddies or a support group. Attending meetings like Weight Watchers or working out with a group of friends is a great way to increase social support, which can help with your depression. You're taking the wrong meds. That happens to all of us. There's a long list of medications that can cause weight gain. If you're taking birth control pills, excess hormones for hormone therapy, steroids, beta blockers for heart disease and blood pressure, anti-seizure meds, breast cancer medications like, what's the name of it, tamoxifen, some treatments for rheumatoid arthritis, and even some migraine and heartburn medications, you may notice pounds creeping on. Some affect appetite. Some may affect metabolism. Others may simply make you feel better and thus regain your lost appetite. You get hungry again because you're feeling good. How do you fix it? If you suspect your medication is affecting your waistline, your doctor may be able to find an alternative treatment that won't have that particular side effect. As we say, consult your doctor. Digestive issues, including slow bowel movements, may also account for excess pounds. Ideally, you eat, and then an hour or so later, you have a bowel movement. But once or twice a day is still in the healthy range. If you're not so regular, dehydration, medications, low fiber, or even a lack of good flora in your gut could be to blame. What should you do? If constipation is your only symptom, then try probiotics, which can help your digestive tract work properly. Staying hydrated is key, along with a diet full of chock full of fiber-rich foods. But you also try drinking a fiber powder like Metamucil mixed with water. I would be recommending that forever. You may even grab fat molecules in your intestinal tract as it scrubs out waste. If you're still having trouble, check with your doctor. Your body doesn't have enough of certain nutrients. Being low in vitamin D, magnesium, or iron can compromise your immune system, sap your energy levels, or alter your metabolism in ways that make it harder to take healthy lifestyle steps. You may compensate for low energy with caffeine, sugar, simple carbs, or find that you feel too run down or weak to exercise. What should you do? Well, you can try to boost your iron levels by eating red meat and spinach, and increase magnesium by adding Brazil nuts or almonds to your diet. It's nearly impossible to consume enough milk or get enough sunshine to compensate for low vitamin D. It's important to know that it could take a while to find your right dosage of vitamin D. If you take too much, you can get kidney stones. You need to have your blood tested every 3 months so your doctor can make adjustments to the dose for you. Adding an iron supplement is a little less tricky, but it's still wise to let your doctor rule out hyperthyroidism or other conditions that might cause insulin resistance and thus weight gain before you start taking the medications and supplements. You're getting older, sorry to tell you. It's the one condition that's unavoidable. Often I hear people tell me that their metabolism is slowing down. This is real because we don't burn as many calories at 40 or 50 as we used to burn at 20. So you need more exercise and less food to keep metabolism going. Some studies show that exercise may even be more important than the diet for long-term weight maintenance. The more muscles you have in your body, the more you burn. Remember that all calories are not created equal when it comes to weight. Eating lean protein will cause your body to burn calories more efficiently. On the other hand, carbs are something your body tends to burn more slowly and even store in your body more readily. Choosing low-fat proteins and reducing carbs are a good way to help avoid unnecessary pounds. You know, every day we're getting a little older, and the child that we were is not here anymore. And the body we had is not here anymore. And if you think you're going to have the waistline that you had at 20, you're barking up the wrong tree. You know, one of the things that I keep trying to emphasize to everybody on this site is that this is a healthy diet, not a crash diet. Here we're looking to lose something every week. It'd be half a pound, a quarter pound. We're not looking for those 6 or 7 pounds a week, because that's not realistic. Long-term, steady Eddie wins the race. So be careful and be healthy. Don't forget, we have our weight loss ebook course available until December 31st for only $19.95. After that, it's going back to $27. We also want to tell you, please share us with everyone you know. The more people know about the Saturday Morning Diet, the more we could involve ourselves in other projects and bring on more equipment to help you put together better shows. So again, if you want to get the recipe for the Joan Bars meal replacement recipe, go to joanbars.com and you could download the recipe. For our weight loss ebook, go to Saturday Morning Diet and you could download the ebook. Again, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and share. The magic word is share. Happy holidays to you, and we do have a wonderful how to handle holiday stretch video. Look for it on our channel. Bye-bye.